皆さん、また来てくださってありがとうございます。ということで、今日のね、動画は、ちょっと前に訳したんですけど、中間選挙前ってことで、またこれあげたらお仕置き部屋入れられるぞっていう疑惑がね、夫婦の間で起こったんで、あげなかったんですよ。いつも威勢いいのに、お前めっちゃ弱いじゃねえかよ、チキンかよ、と思ってらっしゃる皆さん、正解です。やっぱね、チキンなんで、やっぱあげれなかったんですよ、怖くて。ということで、でもこれ事実ですから、これハンターバイデンの起訴の事件なんですね。ただ、これが進んでいくと、ちょっとおじいちゃんも危ないんじゃないのっていうことで、あれれれれ、ひょっとしてこれ民主党が描いた絵なんじゃないのみたいな、これまた陰謀論って言われちゃうかもわかんないんですけど、とりあえずこの起訴から、どういうことがどれだけ出てくるかっていうことによるんですよね。ということで、これから始まる、裁判なので、24年の大統領選も含めて、中国のことも含めて、いろんな面を含めて、ぜひ見てください。どうぞ。
We start tonight with a Fox News alert. Federal agents believe they have enough evidence to charge the son of the president, Hunter Biden.Multiple federal agents who we believe are FBI and IRS agents are telling the Washington Post the president's son may soon be indicted over tax crimes and firearms crimes. We don't believe the indictment will come before the midterms because of a rule against political charges affecting elections, but the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, David Weiss, a Trump appointee, has the case now that Hunter Biden was actually offered a pretty good plea deal.Couple $1 million in fines and no prison. But Hunter told him to take a hike and dared him to go to trial in Delaware, where he knows he'd get home cooking. This was a big mistake by Hunter Biden and has made rank-and-file agents incredibly mad. And now, this plea deal they're offering just got a lot more serious. The new deal is $15 million in fines and having to plead guilty to multiple felony charges.This is a game of chicken that Hunter thinks he can win because his father has the power of the pardon. But it may not be that simple. A source tells Primetime that an astounding amount of whistleblowers are coming forward within the FBI and other agencies, and they're willing to share what they know about the case and how it's been handled. Not only that, we're told that individuals who've done business with the Biden family will be going public soon. And it's about to get ugly. It's becoming very difficult for Biden.and their protectors to keep a lid on this because of how high this goes up. This is not a story about Hunter Biden. This involves the entire Biden family and most importantly, the President of the United States. And it involves America's number one enemy, China, a communist country dead set on destroying the United States that's been funneling millions and millions of dollars to the Biden family for years. The media has confirmed that.Bank records confirm it. Witnesses confirm it. But Joe Biden is the only one who says this isn't true.
And in fact, is talking about me taking money? I have not taken a single penny from any country whatsoever, ever. Number one.
The President of the United States is a liar. Not only did Joe Biden know about his son and his brother doing major energy deals with Chinese communists that threatened America's position in the world,But he was the front man of the whole operation. He's Biden right now. The former business partner, Tony Bobulinski, explained it on Tucker.
I met with Joe multiple times.
Yes.
And now, subsequent to the election, he's now the sitting president of the United States. But there are hundreds of data points that Joe Biden was acting in a capitalistic term, I would say the chairman. He's a figurehead. He shows up at meetings, shakes hands, advises, has faith in his team. Effectively, that was Joe Biden's role in the Biden family business ventures and around the world.
And Joe Biden claimed that he never knew anything about his son's business deals.
How many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period.
Why would you lie about something like that when there's so much proof out there? Photos of Biden meeting with over a dozen of his son's business partners. Pictures of Joe Biden meeting with these guys at restaurants, shaking hands with Hunter's Chinese investors in the middle of a Beijing hotel. There's records of Hunter's Chinese business partners visiting the White House while Joe was VP. Biden went golfing with Hunter's Ukrainian partners. I mean, I could show you more pictures, but we don't have time. Joe Biden shared an office with a Chinese communist in Georgetown. Of course, Joe Biden knew what his son was up to. Here's a voicemail from Joe telling Hunter he was in the clear after a Times article dropped on his shady business ties.
Hey, pal, Dad. It's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just want to talk to you. I thought the article, at least the thing online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think it's clear.
And more importantly, there's evidence of money going directly to Joe Biden.
In that email, there's a statement where they go through the equity. Jim Biden's referenced as, 10%, doesn't say Biden, it says Jim. And then it has 10% for the big guy held by H. I 1,000% sit here and know that the big guy is referencing Joe Biden. That's crystal clear to me because I lived it. I met with the former vice president in person multiple times.
The Chinese even had a spy working for Hunter Biden. It was his Fang Fang. Jackie Bao, Chinese intelligence, was employed by the Biden family. She worked for Hunter and she slept with him. This Chinese spy was even doing opposition research for Joe's presidential campaign, digging up dirt on Trump and encouraging Hunter to convince his father to run for president. She also handed the Bidens a map of U.S. natural gas deposits that the Chinese were eyeing. It doesn't get more dangerous than this. The Chinese were bribing the Biden family with diamonds. Joe Biden's son was working with a Chinese spy who was indicted for bribery. Hunter was his lawyer, and Beijing wired Hunter $1 million to defend their spy. The Biden family is the American face of China's Belt and Road Initiative, our enemy's imperial plan to spread Chinese commercial interests across the globe and supplant America as the world's sole superpower. The Biden family has been groomed by the Chinese. Hunter was an easy mark because of his reckless addiction, and Joe Biden was the perfect puppet because of his greed and ego. It was good business for a while, and Joe Biden was the useful idiot to knock Trump out of the White House, but now Joe Biden's becoming useless. He's driven the economy into a recession, triggered a crime wave, opened our borders, tanked the stock market, and is facing a massive wipeout in the midterms. We know Washington is already starting to turn their backs on him. But here's where things get interesting. When Republicans take the House and control the committees, they're going to subpoena Biden family business associates to testify under oath on live TV. They're going to bring in whistleblowers to testify about how these crimes have been covered up on live TV. They're going to subpoena records from the Treasury Department that show 150 suspicious wire transfers from overseas plunk into Biden family's bank accounts. There is no way that the Bidens can survive that type of scrutiny. And this might be exactly what the Democratic Party's brass has been looking for, a way to show Joe the door so that he doesn't run for re-election. It's the perfect excuse. Joe Biden pardons his son, and for the good of the country and the Democratic Party, he announces he won't seek re-election. Because a fair examination of the evidence, and the evidence is huge, may show that Joe Biden committed treasonous acts for money. He may have sold us out to the communist Chinese for cash. And as men and women serve our country overseas and risk everything to protect the security of this great nation, we owe it to them to get to the truth.